to be working through this portion of the HTML assignment. The pre-test is what you should do first. I've done most of it. I just didn't watch the video. I took the pre-test. It's very simple. You can get them all wrong, and it still counts it as 100%. So don't worry about the pre-test. It's a pre-test for a reason. Just saying, this is kind of some of the questions you'll be seeing. So don't worry about it too much. Just try your best. So what we will do, though, is start with the HTML structuring websites. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip things like the videos and the questions. And these right here, these are, when you see the paper, those are what the person in the video has created. So in these videos, somebody will talk, they'll create a little document, and then they actually post that document here for you to go back and reference. So I am going to be working on the pencils, which are the actual exercises. So if I were to click on the exercise, open it up in a new tab, this is the exercise itself. So I'm going to click Let's Go. Now I haven't done the video and I haven't done the quiz yet. If I have done them, these would show up as green. Once again, this right here is the first HTML page that they created, and then I just click Run Code. It works. It says hello. I hit continue. It brings me on to the next one, which is the first exercise. Right here it says say hello. Alright, so this is the exercise itself. Now you're going to have to become very familiar with this format. So how do you kind of run through this? Well, first up, let's look at this over here. If I click Run Code, it'll populate. So if I do H1 hello, H1, and it completes it for me. I click Run Code. It previews it in the window. I can check the code, and it says you must have an H1 tag. I do. You must have an H1 text. I do. The tag should say Hello World Wide Web, and I didn't put Hello World Wide Web, so I need to type it in exactly as I see it, because if I do a period instead of the exclamation mark, oh, well, it does count it. It shouldn't count it as I guess as long as it's some kind of character, it counts it, and it is good. Now, how did I know to do that? I'm going to be honest, I didn't know at all what the assignment was. I just used what was done previously, and I did it over again. But what you can always do to double check what the assignment is as they become more complicated is click on the Assignment tab up there. And it says what you need to do, create a World Wide Web HTML web page. Use the H1 tag to create it, and it should look like this after it's done. Hint, the H1 tag can be found in the green formatting section of the block tool box. Now, I'm not sure where that is, but I know that if I go to Docs, it actually has a list of all my stuff, and if I scroll down, it gives me all sorts of examples. So we have headers, different types of headers, basic tags. So as you go through these assignments, let's say you're working with lists, you go to list and it shows you all the items and the results of those items as well. So you have a nice reference page in this docs section. You always want to test your code, run your code, and if it works, click Run Code. Boom, submit and continue. We've submitted, we continued, we have finished 2.1. Now if I go back out to here, it should show in my web page that I've completed 2.1, and that's what I'll see from your section. So look at that, 2.1 already done. Already done. Let's go on to the next one, structure of an HTML page. Now we should know that the structure of an HTML page is always the same, so I'm going to go ahead and use my brackets. We always have to declare our document. So we have to do doc type, HTML. Boom. We have to declare where our HTML code is going to go. Everything goes inside of the HTML. Oh, maybe I can zoom in. That way you guys can you can see it. I wonder if Control Plus. Yes. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Getting bigger. That's what we want. We always have to put our HTML containers. Where's our HTML going? So the first line is to declare the type of code that we're working with. That's for your compiler. This right here is brackets. It is a compiler. We've used it several times in class. Once again, it's called brackets. Brackets up here. You can download it. As you can see, here's my download page that I went to. I just typed in brackets, download, and it's free. It's open source. I also did file extension manager, and then I look for this thing called the indentator. And as you can see, I have installed it. And what that will do for me is auto indent. And I'll show you what that does here. So inside of our HTML code, we must have a head and, we must have a head and we must have a body to our code. And then everything else goes inside of it. That is the basic structure to an HTML document. Now, some hints for it in the video will cover this, but I'm just going over it with you. Remember, we have to indentate properly. Like, this is all aligned straight down. It's hard to see. So if I indentate properly, it shows you what goes inside of what. Now that I've indented, you can see that the head and the body go inside of the HTML code. This will be the parent, and this will be the children. So the head and the body are children of the HTML. They go inside of it. Now, I can do something like this, and then I will eventually put my meta tag in there. A meta tag would go inside of it. There are lots of things that you can do. What I like brackets for is it automatically kind of fills it in for me. Right? So let's say our language is English that we're working with. Now this is if you don't know this stuff, that's okay. But all I'm trying to do is show you indentating, right? So I can see here that the meta is indented inside of the head, which means that the meta belongs inside of these two tags right here. There's an opening tag and a closing tag. And once again, when you go through the HTML course, this is all going to be explained very step by step. But this is once again the basic structure of the of a HTML document. It can't get more basic than this. Honestly, you don't need the head for it to work. You don't need HTML for it to work, but it's necessary to validate properly in the future. And if you can't remember it, just remember your own body. You have a head on top of your body. What's inside your head you can't see, but you can see everything a part of the body. What goes inside the body is what you're going to see on the website. So let's see what this assignment is going to ask us. We're going to open that one up in a new tab. And we're going to go ahead and do 2.2.5, the title tag. In this exercise, you'll practice the title tag. You're given code. What do we need to do? Set the title of the web page to All About Carol. If you click on the HTML in new window, hint, you need. All right, let's just click. Let's go. Look at that. They gave us most of the code already. And then I've already explained it. Here's your doc type. You've declared it. Here's your HTML containers. You have a body tag. And then, once again, what's the assignment? I don't remember what the assignment is. I know it says the title tag. Well, let's go to assignment over here. Set the title of the web page to be All About Carol. If you click on the See HTML in New Window button, you should be able to see the title of the web page. I'm guessing that's going to be somewhere. Oh, yeah, it's going to be right there. Carol's web page, and look up here, there's no title to it. Okay, so this is where you have to watch the video. It explains to you where the title goes, and if you forget, we probably have templates already predefined for us. If we explore this example, so this is the title tag example. Down here are two examples that was discussed in the video that they gave us for reference. Make sure to use your references, right? You can see that title goes inside of the head, and the page content goes here. Cool. This is another example from the lesson. They put my first web page, hello world. If I click See HTML, hello world, my first web page. Hello world, this is how you learn HTML, by the way. You practice and practice and practice. So now let's get out of there. Let's go back to the example. It appears that the title goes inside of the head. So I'm going to use the tab button to indent it. I'm going to do title, close it off. Look, it already closes it off for me. And what must it say? Once again, it should say All About Carol. I'm going to Control-C that. And then Control-V it. That way it's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Check the code. Code works beautifully. Run the code. It works beautifully. See in HTML, it says up here, All About Carol. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It's done. Let's go ahead and submit. Continue. And we're almost done with 2.2 already. Next thing that says is that my favorite band is the Beatles. We have to create a web page with the title that. We have to use an H1 tag that says that. Very simple. Very simple. Oh, no. There's absolutely no code here. What do? I have forgotten how it works. Well, instead of going back to the examples, which you can do, you can click on HTML template, copy it over, paste it in here. That's fine. You could also go to your document section and look, it gives it to you right here. So if you want, you can copy and paste it over. I would not recommend that because you should learn to type it out. So that way you have, like, you should type it out to practice it. Get it in your brain. Practice the typing, right? I've done this several, like, I know what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to copy and paste it for time, okay? So it should say my favorite band is the Beatles. And that goes inside of the body. Your page title is my first web page. And then what should we use for this right here? It says we need to do the H1 tag. So let's do that. Let's indentate properly. H1, close it off. My favorite band is Linkin Park. Oh wait, that doesn't say the Beatles. My bad. Is the Beatles. Let's run the code. Check the code. Code works beautifully. Solution to 2.2.6. Almost done, guys. Submit and continue. Close off that web page. We are done with 2.2. Now, when you guys do this, I'm going to be looking for 100% completion. Meaning that all of these should be marked off as submitted, watched, and completed. Okay? So you're not going to get the full grade unless all of these are green. That's the type of green. Cool, look, we only have 2.3, 2.4, and 2.5 left. So now we're at formatting text. Let's see what formatting text is. Now remember, I am just showing you the solutions through these exercises. It is your job to watch the videos, watch the lecture, watch the examples, run through the examples, then do the exercises, okay? Like, don't just go to my videos, do the answers, then go back and watch them. Like that doesn't work that way. That's not how you learn. All right, so what's our job? Our job is to use HTML formatting tags to bold each vocabulary word and italicize each vocabulary word. Now, that's a lot of code. Let's see it in the window. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, vocabulary list, malleable is a word, concoction's a word, stamina's a word, and taste is a word. Excellent. Let's see what we got. Once again, we are to bold each one and italicize each one. Well, what if I don't remember what I use for that? Well, let's see if we can go to basic tags if it shows us. Basic tags. There we go. It's the I for italics and it's B for bold. Okay, that's simple enough. So let's go ahead and let's find these words. Malleable must be bolded. And italicize each vocabulary word in the sentence. So it's so malleable. Italics. Italics. Now let's see. Let's just run the code. Yep, I haven't done anything yet, but as you can see, malleable has been bolded and now it has been italicized. Now I just got to do the same thing for concoction. Right? Take that word, let me control exit, let me do my bold, because apparently this program likes to put both tags in there for you. Where's concoction at here? Control X for control cut. Use my italics, put it inside of it. Do that one more time, hopefully, or two more times. This is just tedious work at this moment. Find it and use the proper tags. Super simple. Damn it. And when you guys are working with the program, you'll see how it auto completes the closing tag for you. All I'm doing is just doing bracket, I bracket, and then I hit like the space bar and it auto populates with the next one. Like it's so if you're sitting there saying I have no idea how you're going through this and getting it to auto populate, when you do it, like right there, as soon as I press that bracket, you see the next thing popped up automatically. It'll do the same thing for you. Terse. That's a good word. Terse. Brief and to the point. I need to be more terse. Let's run the code. Bold, 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 bold. Italics. Check the code. We're good. That's all I did. Submit and continue. Submit and continue. Almost done with 2.3. Add the BR tags necessary to make each of the pet names listed appear on its own. Cats, dogs. Okay. So what does it look like without the BR tags? Okay, so without the BR tags, Lilith, Jasper, and Oliver all follow after each other. Captain, Corgi, Monster, Buster, Rover. All of these follow after each other too. And as you can see, and this will be explained as well in the video, inside the paragraph tag, just because you put an enter to get from line to line, so I'd have to click enter and put a new name in here. Just because it's entered and it looks formatted properly on the code, it doesn't follow that over here. Now, the reason for that has to do with the programming of the paragraph tag. If we want it to be on a new space, we just put the BR element next to it. And that would be a line break, break, break. Now, for this one, I'd have to put it after each of these. Let's run the code, and you'll see now it works. If I forget to do one, you'll see that Corgi and Monster have no space after it. Put a break after it, run the code, and then check the code. You should have 4 BR tags on your page. Oh, yeah. This one right here doesn't need one. That one doesn't need one. Yeah. There's nothing that follows it. I should have 4. Oh, no. Only 4? Assignment. Oh, let's see. 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's go back to... Let's do this. Oh, it should look like that. Captain Corgi Monster. That's one name. Hello. Ha! That's funny. That was... See, even I have issues sometimes, right? I had to go back. What did they want? What did it look like that they wanted? It says there should only be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's run the code. Captain Corgi Monster. Beautiful. Check the code. Beautiful. That was it. Alright. Call the Wild. Looks like all of this is bolded. There's a line and horizontal line here. Horizontal line. That looks italicized. These all look bolded. Use these tags. H1, 2, 3, and 4. H1, H2, H3, and H4, I'm guessing. And the italics to transform the page so that it looks like this below. Remember, it goes from H1 to H6. So we have to go from H1 to H4. Cool. Alright, so Call of the Wild is going to be an H1. This is probably going to be an H2. So what we're going to do is let's just cut this out. Let's do H2. Now, that also looks italicized. So let's put italics inside of it as well. So first in, last out, right? The first in is H2. H2 is the last out. This is second in, second out. It follows it. Table of contents looks like it's probably an H3. I'm just cutting it and pasting it back in. Ooh. Oh, these are going to be a pain. Pain. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, so let's just do this. It's going to complete it for us, so here's what we'll do. We're going to work smart, not hard. Yeah, Control X, Control C for copy, Control V for paste. Let's go. Control V for paste. Let's go. Work fast, right? Smart, not hard. Let's run the code. Let's see if it works. Beautiful. Let's check the code. You should have 2 HR tags. HR tags. Does it say to do that? Yes, it does. HR tags. Horizontal ruler. So that would be 1, 2. It goes in between by Jack, and it goes in between table of contents, or after, rather. So right after that, let's put our, oh, didn't have that. Put our HR, and then after this one, let's put our HR. Now let's remember that spaces, this space, this space, this space, and this space, they don't matter. I could have infinite spaces in between it, and it won't compile that as an actual code. All right, so like sometimes empty space doesn't work, and that's most of the time. So check code works, and then submit and continue, and that is the end result for 2.3.6. Oh, thank you for my badge. I appreciate it. Let's go back to the assignments page. Let's refresh. And we are almost done. We're 20 minutes in. Look how much time it's taking us. Not that much. Let's do 2.4. Keep it going. Bookmarks. Add a value to the href attributes in each of the anchor tags. The first should go here, second here, and third here. Okay, so this one's going to be all about anchor tags. Once again, watch the video. Anchor tags are for creating hyperlinks. That's what the H in HTML stands for. REF is reference, hyperlink reference. Where are we going? So the assignment says go here, copy link address. That should take us to the first one. Copy link address. It should take you to the second one. And the third one should go here. Let's run the code, check the code. What is wrong with my code? Make sure you don't have any extra spaces. Oh yes, I have a .com/ after it. What is going on? http.com. Oh, yeah, I was right. When I clicked check code the second time, I accidentally had a slash there. I had this. So don't put that at the end. It should just be that. Run the code. It works. If I click on it, it takes me to the home page. We are good to go. Submit and continue. Easy, easy, easy. Next one. Create 3 anchor tags. Make sure to put this in the body section of the web page. Do not use the given examples. Make sure to find 3 different online encyclopedias. For example, boom, boom, boom. You need to make sure these links that you are linking to start with HTTPS and not HTTP. Otherwise, the links won't load. This is for security reasons because HTTPS means secure, and you want it to be secure. That means you can't hack it. Cool. Learn more about it here. Look, they even give you a Wikipedia website. Put 3 links to 3 encyclopedias here. Cool. Now, here's the issue. If you just put the anchor tags, nothing pops up. So the first thing we have to do is write down our 3 examples. I'm going to do example 1, example 2, and example 3. And just for spacing purposes, aesthetic purposes, so it's easier for you guys, I'm going to put some spaces in between them. Now we have to put these inside of our anchor tags. Anchor, space, href, equals, oh, that's not equals. And then put our quotations in there, and we're going to close it off, and then we are going to put example 1 in there. Now, what I'm going to do, just for the sake of time, is I'm going to redo all those, just change that one to 2 and 3. Easy enough. All right, so let's go to Wikipedia. Main page. Let's do 3 encyclopedias. List of encyclopedias. Here we go. Let's do Calitan, Chinese, and Czech. I just want to go to those web pages. Come on. Let's just do a list of online encyclopedias. Let's not do a wiki. Actually, that does say free. Free copyright, so let's just go here. See what that says. Where's the URL? Control C. It looks like these are all still Wikipedias. Ugh. So the hard part is actually finding the 3. Answers.com. Want HTTPS. Well, here's what we're going to do, actually. Oh, it did it for me. Funny. Alright, we got one. Answers. Oh no! Let me go back to my history. Recently closed. Oh no, I just gotta type it in. List of online encyclopedias. Encyclopedia of Life, why not? And then do the how stuff works. Double click it, actually, is what got it to work. Boom, boom. Yeah, let's not put the bracket at the end of it. Control C, copy. Control V for paste. Run the code. Perfect. Run it. Perfect. 3 examples. Now, look how they all fall after each other, right? We just got done explaining it. If I put a BR after it, then I could actually get them to show up on 3 different lines. And then it would look beautiful. Cool. And that's it for 2.4. What's up? We're almost done. 2.5 it is. So we got 3 examples. And look, I'm already at 25 minutes worth of work. That's it. In 25 minutes, I've done 2.1 to 2.4. I've done the examples. So I'm guessing let's just double that time. In an hour, you can get the first 2.1 and 2.5 done. And so, like, the rest isn't going to take you that long as well. Like, there's a total of 22 exercises in the HTML one. And I'm helping you out, too. All right, 2.5. Collage on a theme. Arrange the 4 pictures in 2 rows of 2 pictures. Separate the rows using the BR tags. You can find the images on Pixabay, for example. Here's a... Okay. Replace this with a 2x2 grid of images that all have a width of that. All right, now, what if we forgot? Well, if I click on the example, it shows you how to submit an image. Once again, it goes through this. So let's use that example. It should be 150 by 100. So let's do Control V. Image source. We're going to source our image. Delete it. The width is 150. Looks like Jack has messaged us. We should have a height equal to 100. Now the alt is alternate display. We honestly don't need that for it to validate. So this is going to be our example, and it says how many pictures? We should have 2 pictures in each row. Let's copy that. Boom, boom, boom. Now this will be row 1 and this will be row 2, and it's supposed to be separated using the BR tag. So that's what we're going to do here, BR. That way you can kind of see what's going on. Now all I need is just 4 pictures. And what's cool is even the assignment gives you that. Now watch this. I wonder if I can copy image address and put it in here. Ah! I can. That's hilarious. Is it the same one? That looks the same. Oh, that's all one picture. That's funny. They don't have 4 pictures. They have 1 picture that they've put together, and then they snapshotted it. That's hilarious. Oh, what if I just do it this way? I wonder if it'll have 4 pictures. Oh, this is hilarious. Let's try it out. Ha! That's great. That's funny. I just used a picture that gave us. I just did right-click, copy image address, because it has to have an address. Look, what's it gonna look like? Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Let's get rid of all this text. Oh, that's funny. Let's run the code again. No, that's funny. Told you, that's 1 picture that they gave us. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's hilarious. Okay, add an image with this URL. When the image is clicked, have it go to the home page. It can be found here. Hint, the image should be a link to the park URL. Okay, so let's just go. All right, add the image in link here. Once again, let's just break it down. Add an image to this HTML page with this URL. All right, once again, let's do image source equals quotations. Let's copy this link. Let's paste it in here. Now, you don't have to do anything else. It doesn't say give it an alternate tag, which would be what shows while it loads. It would actually display that text, so that's great. And then a link here. Okay, so the image, when it's clicked, it has to go to the web page. Well, first let's just run it. We had the image. The image is there. All right, cool. Let's just get rid of that text. Run it. Okay, now the image is there, and it says when the image is clicked. That means the image itself has to be hyperlinked. So let's get rid of, I'm going to Control X this. We're going to save it by using Control X for cut. We are to create an anchor tag with a hyperlink reference. We have to give it its location. What are we going to hyperlink? Whatever we are hyperlinking goes inside of the anchor tag. We can hyperlink a lot of things, but this says it wants the image to be linked. So I'm going to place my image inside. Here's my image right here. It's inside of the anchor tag, and the anchor tag should go here. This is where we are sourcing it, where it goes to. It's hyperlink reference. Now the code doesn't look different, but now if I click on it, it should take me to the window. It does, and it runs and it pops up, and it's beautiful. Excellent. Submit and continue. We have gotten it to work. And we are almost done. We have one more assignment due for 2.5.7. In the last exercise, we made one image link to another page. Now we'll extend that a bit to have 5 images linked to external pages. Okay, so we're going to do this 5 times. Let's see. Take 5 national parks you have heard or visited, find photos of the park, and then link the pictures to the Wikipedia page for that park. Let's do this. Yep, we went to a list of parks. Look at that. They even give you 5 here, right? So here's what we're going to do. Let's create the outline for it. That way it just works. We're going to anchor, hyperlink reference equals, close it off. We're going to insert our image, source, where is it located? Close it off. That's our skeleton, right? So all we got to do is put the image in. Where does it go? How many do we need? 5. So let's do 5. 1. Do we want to do a line break? 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Now look at this. Copy image address. Boom. Oh, that's crazy. That's a lot. That's all right though. Where's it going? And take us there. It does. So that is the copy link address. Nice. Boom. Let's just run the code. Let's check the code. It must have 5. It must link. Let's run the code. Let's see what we got. I click on it. It takes me there. Perfect. That's all I wanted. And you can also click clear and it goes there. So now all we got to do is get all the images in there. I'm going to do all the images first. Let's just close that off. Boom. And last one. You know, I am a stickler for line breaks. I want my images to be one after each other. I don't want them to all populate. this, Control C. I'm going to put line breaks after everything. You don't need one on the last one because there's nothing else that follows it. Cool, now let's just reference where they're going to. Now click on that, copy link address, and we are almost there. Copy link address. Look, all you gotta do is just look where, look at what it gives you. Try to make it as easy as possible. Don't make it hard. A lot of kids will, and I've had plenty of kids rather, that will look at an assignment like this and say, I don't know what I'm doing. It's more so, I don't want to take the time to find the images and then find a website that goes with that image. And it's really not that hard of an assignment. An assignment says 5 national parks you've heard or visited, find photos, and then link it to those. And then they even give you a list. And then, so let's take a look at what they've given. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. So, sometimes you just got to do the work, just have a good attitude about it. Let's run the code. Let's check our code. Perfect. Submit, continue. It works. I want to go back though. Where was 5, right? I do want to preview it with you guys. See it in a new window. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they each, as you see the cursor, does change, and it does take me to it. Easy enough. Cool, and that's 2.1 through 2.5. So my next video will be 2.6 through 2.10. And then there's the quiz after it. Now you guys can do the quiz on your own. You don't need my help for that. And then after that, I'll go ahead and make videos for the CSS, and it's done. So you can get through all of this in, 35 minutes flat. I'm looking at the timer over here. I got my stream going on. If you have any questions, send them to me via Discord. That's my favorite place to go and check on things. As you can see, we've gone through all of this today. I don't need to go over these. You guys will. And then the rest is good. We'll do CSS and the rest of these we'll do these next time. And then the video after that will be CSS. And the good thing about that one is there's not a lot to it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 14 exercises. Not that hard. Cool. So thank you guys for participating and watching the video. This is your instructor, Gabs.